Welcome to Rockline 2, exclusively on Lincoln's Maximum Classic Rock, 92.9 The Eagle.
Live via satellite from the entertainment capital of the world. It's Rockline, North America's #1 rock radio program. Hi, I'm Bob Coburn, and tonight from Denver, Colorado, we welcome Pat Benatar and Neil Giraldo. To speak with Pat and Neil, call the toll-free Rockline at 1-800-34 in the U.S. and Canada. And now, let's welcome our guests. Go, the first studio album of all new songs by Pat Benatar and Neil Giraldo in many, many years, hit stores yesterday. Pat and Neil are spending a night off with us tonight to take your calls, play some songs off the album. Go. We welcome from Denver, Colorado, Pat Benatar. Hi, Pat.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm well. Neil, how you been?
Hey, Bob. I'm good. How you doing, Bob?
I'm really well. Is this the first new studio since '97? Is that right? In Amorata?
Yeah, this will be, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Boy, we must have been having a great time, huh?
I know.
Holy cow.
Time flies.
I knew it took a little time to make. I didn't think 6 years.
6 years, yeah. And Neil still
we were doing other stuff, you know.
Neil still wants to change the mix. He wants to go back in and
still
change the mix
change it,
again.
yeah. For next year, we'll release it again. We'll change the mix. You know that, Bob.
Now, I know you've been on the road for a long time with your annual summer tour, but did both of you get registered in time to run for governor of California along with the rest of us?
I thought you were running.
Everybody is. You know?
Everybody's running.
You're going to have 30 million different votes, all of us voting for ourselves, you know?
I know, it'll be great.
I love that.
Now, we just mentioned it did take a while to do the album. Obviously, you were doing other stuff and everything, but how long did you work on this album to write and record? Can you isolate that for us?
Take it away, Spider.
Yeah. Well, I think it took maybe 2 years to write it. I think, and once it was written, we had little periods of making it. In other words, we'd do it for 4 or 5 months, then we'd have to go on the road, and then by the time the road was done after a 3-month tour, I'd listen to the stuff I had and say, you know what, I think we got to change the key. Let's change this, and I changed it again. So it was a
work in progress for a really long time.
And then finally, it got to the point where, you know what, we got to go on the road, and the record has to be done. Yeah. So I had to finish it, and we just did it.
Is that what got you to finally walk away and say, that's
that
it?
and John with the whip on us was
we had to. I mean, no, the tour was right there. I mean, I think, if I'm not mistaken, we were already playing. We left town, and the record was getting mastering, and I had to call and talk to my mastering engineer back and forth to finish mastering the record while we were on the road.
Yeah, we were in Sonoma listening to the masters.
Yeah, they would send them up.
The mastered mixes, yeah.
And the reference to John is John Malta, your manager from
John Malta.
Yeah.
And I got several calls from John in trying to book this show, as a matter of fact.
His hair is very white now.
It should be
white.
Is it whiter than spiders?
Hey, watch it now, Bob. Okay, Bob. First punch to Bob.
Vito, don't start with me. Vito Giraldo joining us tonight along with Pat Benatar. I did get a couple calls from John saying, John Malta here. Neil's mixing again. The release date's been pushed back one more time. So
yeah, right.
That's right. Sorry.
It's quite all right because you know what? It sounds great, and that's really what it's about. Is songwriting easier for you guys now, or more difficult in terms of in the past?
I don't know. You know, that's such an organic thing. I don't know that it's easier or harder. I don't think it's just always the same.
It just is.
It just is. It's just songs come out when they feel like it, and you can't force them, and that's pretty much it. And it's always the same.
I think there's less pressure on this stuff too.
Well, I don't care about it. I mean, I just like it, and I just do what I want to do.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't care. But the only good thing is that I don't care about writing hit songs. You know, that should be from, you know, my mouth to God's ears that it would be one, but I'm not like trying to make one. It's not a necessary thing. So that takes a lot of pressure off. You just write songs, you know, in a pure state, which is great.
I think you get into trouble if you try to write a hit. You write from the heart.
So. I mean, I don't think it's ever worked. I've tried it. It hasn't worked.
Did you have more songs than are on here? There are 11, and then there's the Christmas song as a hidden track. Did you have more, or did you focus on these 11?
Well, we did have more, but what happened is I
12 or 15 more.
Yeah, we started doing them, and then I got halfway, you know, with the production of it, and I says, you know what, let's work on the stuff we already have. And then by the time we came back to those, we already said, you know what, these are going to end up being the changes. We're going to change these as well.
Songs are like planting a garden. You know, you put the seeds in, and some sprout sooner than others, and those are the ones you have to go with. That's it. So.
Yeah, they'll come around again.
Yeah, but the other ones are still growing. See, they're not dead. So you come back to them and work on them later.
First studio album of all new songs in 6 years by Pat Benatar and Neil Giraldo. It's the title track for us right now on Rockline. This is Go.
You say you'll always be there, but I know you won't.
different man, but you know that's a lie. The truth is gonna set you free, and so am I. I've got better things I can do, you know, than waste all of my time on you, you know. I've got better things I can do, you know, than waste all of my time on you. Why don't you just
Oh, that's just so good. That's the title track of Go, the brand new album by Pat Benatar and Neil Giraldo, the national radio debut for you tonight on Rockline. We'll take a timeout, and we'll let you speak with Pat and Neil. Coming up next, toll-free is our number, as always, 1-800-344-ROCK. You're listening to Rockline.
Now, back to Rockline on 92.9 The Eagle.
It's an evening with Pat Benatar and Neil Giraldo. We're debuting the album Go, which is in stores as of now. It's the national radio debut, and time for you to talk with Pat and Neil, too. We'll start with Anchorage, Alaska. Jeffrey, you're on Rockline. Welcome.
Well, okay. Can you tell us why you put a hidden track on the album Go, and can I get a souvenir from you guys?
Go ahead, Spider.
No, you go ahead. Oh, you mean the hidden track? Why we
Yeah.
put the hidden track in? Well, we kind of wanted to have a track that was hidden on it.
And it's the song that we released after September 11th, and we just thought this way we could get some more. The money. The song is a charity song that's raising money for the Families for Freedom. So this way, every time it gets played or bought, it raises some more money. So we thought we'd stick it on there and just do some more stuff.
Yeah, we were trying to put like other stuff on there where nobody would know. You know how they do those things on DVDs where you have to hit it
Yeah,
under a
for
certain
fun.
time. Yeah, just have a little fun with stuff.
And if you leave your name with the people at Rockline, we will certainly get you something.
Oh, okay. There we go.
Yeah.
Boy, you have just opened Pandora's box. I want you to You'll be sending out stuff in the next 2 years. Now, you guys also, a few years ago, recorded Please Come Home for Christmas, the Charles Brown song. Will you ever do an entire Christmas album?
I think we may at
I
some
would love
point.
to.
Couple things in the works, possibly. I think we'll do one together. I may do one with some special guest people. I may do a Hawaiian one. We may do one together. I mean, it's just going to be a matter of when we have the time to do that.
Yeah, it'd be
you know?
really fun.
Yeah,
to
I
do.
think we will. We'll get around to that.
Everybody loves Christmas songs. So.
Absolutely, yeah, and it's evergreen, too. Thanks, Jeffrey. It's Lisa's turn now in Denver, Colorado, which is where Pat and Neil are tonight. Welcome to Rockline, Lisa.
Hi, Pat. Hi, Neil.
Hi, Lisa.
Mele Kalikimaka.
Hey, right on.
Hey, I just wanted to say I have a comment and a question. Comment being that my aunt's in the hospital with the West Nile virus, paralyzed in both legs right now.
Oh,
Today,
sorry.
I took her your CD because she's a big Pat Benatar fan, and your particular song, Brave, really touched her.
Oh,
Oh,
thank
good.
you.
We both
That's
had
great.
to cry over it, so never underestimate the power
we'll
of
wish her
music.
our best.
Thank you. Quick question, Neil. I noticed you play bass on 3 songs on this CD. Great CD, by the way, guys. It rocks. Why did you decide to play bass?
Well, what happens these days when you have tools to make records, sometimes you find yourself in a vacuum. And what happens in the process of recording a song, sometimes just the initial idea you have may be the best one. So it just so happens I have tools that are around me, whether it's a guitar, a piano, a drum machine, anything. And I saw the bass, and I wanted to put that bass track on before I put the guitar track on. So it was right there, so I just put it on, thinking that I'd have Mickey play on it later, but then it felt great just the way it was, so I kind of left it. So that sort of happens. It's just whatever tool you have in your hands when you're ready to finish off a record.
We're going to have to refer to you as the multi-instrumentalist from now on, with keyboards and bass and guitar. And
I know.
How many guitars do you use as your prime guitars, Neil?
Well, I think there's probably 4 or 5 electric guitars that are laying around, GMPs. I have a Les Paul hanging around. A couple acoustic Martins are around. I have a P-bass, Fender P-bass I have laying around. Those are kind of like the tools. And it's a funny thing that happens when you're doing these records and you're creating, is that if you just look at something you have in the room and you just pick it up and play it, it may not be the right instrument that you think is right for it, but if the part you play feels so good that it doesn't matter what you play.
It's the
just,
moment, you know?
Yeah, it just kind of comes through you. You know? Whatever's handy.
Good stuff, Lisa, and good luck there on the home front.
Yeah, take good care.
Yeah, take care.
Talk to David in North Carolina. David, you're on Rockline with Pat Benatar Neil Giraldo.
Yeah, hi. Let me ask you, what was it like singing with Lisa Marie on the Diva special earlier this year?
It was really fun. She's a doll, and we know each other from before, so it was great. We were she was that was probably her 6th performance in front of people, and she was real nervous backstage, and I just out there, get out there, girl, you can do this, and we had a great time together. It was fun.
She's easy on the eyes.
Yeah, she's real cute. She's real cute, and she's a funny girl. She
was so nervous.
Yeah,
I felt very nervous for her.
I know. She has a great edge
so
to herself. You know,
yeah.
she's happening.
Very sweet.
Thanks, David. We'll go back now to the Rockline archive and play a song that Pat and Neil did in our studio here. It's a live version of Invincible for you on Rockline.
1, 2, 3, 4.
This bloody road remains a mystery. This sudden darkness fills the air. What are we waiting for?
Rockline Archive. That's Invincible. Pat Benatar and Neil Giraldo live for you on the program tonight. I'm Bob Coburn from Vancouver, Washington. It's Lisa on Rockline. Hi.
Hi there. Hey, Neil, I just got through listening to the title track. I'd like to know how you got that classic Benatar sound to sound so modern with that awesome crunching, wailing guitar you got going on.
Lisa's on it. Lisa's
That's
on
right,
it.
Lisa.
Lisa's all over that.
That's right, Lisa. Go ahead, girl.
Oh, jeez. Well, we just...
He's speechless. I'll
Lisa's
tell you how we
right.
did it. Let me tell you.
That's a great thing. Well, that's a great compliment. Yeah, I mean, we wrote the song. The song was written. It had a lot of energy to it, a lot of air to it. So I just thought that maybe if we just did what we always did by just play the song and pick the right key so my wife can sing amazingly on it, and just kind of happens, and it sounds like what we do.
Plus you got to understand, the man never wanted to play guitar for like years and years because he was producing all the time. And I just said, get your butt in there and do this because I want to hear some guitar playing. So that also helped.
You know what else too? That was the wasn't it the last song we wrote for the record? I think it was. And it was written purely from a guitar standpoint too. Yep. The riff, the whole thing came right at you. Says this is the key. We have to sit inside us, and that's what happened. I don't know.
Well, it sounds like the two of you, but it also sounds just so fresh and so modern, like Lisa said. I mean, maybe that's it. Maybe it's because it's written on guitar. And Pat, good for you to get him playing more, you know? Good for you.
It was play guitar or I don't cook you any food.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
It works every time.
It works. We have to motivate each other. We're real lazy.
Neil, does she still cook that thing, the giant tomato thing with the pork chops and all the other stuff in there? There's the sausage and everything. It killed me one night, man.
We should tell everybody about that. We almost killed Bobette. I think we had 17 bottles of wine, and she made the great peasant paisan strong sauce, which is awesome, over about a 4-hour period, and we thought we lost Bob. We thought we had to carry him off.
It's tough for non-Italians to eat.
Yeah,
it's tough.
I wasn't sure if it was the pork chop or the 16th bottle of wine. It could have been one or the other. We'll take a time out. Return with Pat and Neil in just a moment. You're listening to Rockline. By Pat and Neil. We'll play some more songs from the album for you in just a few minutes. Coming soon on Rockline. Well, next week, as a matter of fact, it's a best of show, but it's all live music taken from the last couple of years on the program, and that will include a song that actually was never played on the radio. It was a sound check with Paul Rogers on vocals, Neil Schon on guitar, and Trevor Rabin on guitar doing Jimi Hendrix's Hey Joe. We'll have Planet Us, Sammy Hagar's side project, Peter Frampton, Grand Funk Railroad, and a whole bunch more. And then coming soon, Peter in a brand new show, and Yes's Chris Squire will be on the show as well. We're with Pat and Neil right now, and it's time for the encore question left by Cheap Trick.
Hi, this is Bunny from Cheap Trick.
And this is Tom from Cheap Trick.
And we were wondering.
We saw that Neil has a lot of tattoos.
A lot, yeah.
A lot of tattoos. And we were really curious about, does Pat have a lot of tattoos, and where exactly are they?
I'll never tell you. I got a few.
There's a couple here and there, huh?
She's got one. She got one on her back.
That's right.
That's the only one she has.
One.
She has one little.
Because it really hurts.
It does hurt. Neil, do you have more? Have you added to the collection?
Oh,
I ain't telling
covered.
you. No, I have. Yeah,
he's covered now.
Stuff is around. Yeah,
it's great.
It's on me. I don't know. If I had more time, I'd have more, but I don't have the time anymore. Too busy making records.
Yeah. Okay. All right. We'll have you leave a question for Peter Frampton for 2 weeks from tonight, off the air, and then we'll play it back in 2 weeks. Okay. Take a call from Marlborough, Massachusetts. David, you're on Rockline with Pat Benatar Neil Giraldo.
Hey, guys. Congrats on being together so long. You guys are just amazing.
Oh, thanks.
And welcome to the best album of your career. It's
all right.
unbelievable.
Thank you.
And I have like a 3-part question. It's how much of the new CD was recorded in your home studio? What format did you record it on? And does Neil have any tips on getting great vocal guitar tracks? And is there any way I can get something autographed by you guys?
All right,
That's
go ahead.
the easiest one is the
I'll
autograph.
I'll answer the autograph question. Leave your name with Rockline, and we'll try and get you something out there. And you may answer all the tech questions.
So I'll try to do these fast. Let's see.
It's a talk show. Take your time.
Yeah, right. Thanks, Bob. My mind ain't that sharp. The most of the overdubs and most of the creating was done at our home studio. I did record some drum tracks at another studio, and I took those and chopped those up and added everything else at my home studio. I did do it on Pro Tools. I did it on that. I also used Digital Performer. I did various MIDI programs as well. And then tips for the guitar and vocal. The vocal, you got to start off with a great microphone, which I have a couple. I use an M49, which I really love. And you have to have a great mic pre. That's really important to be able to make it sound analog when you go into the digital land. And then for guitar, there's a couple great switchers that you can use where you send a signal to an amplifier, and you can also send it to a digital type processor thing like a pod or something like that. And you combine both of those together, which gives you the real go-goots, the real strong thing, but you still have clean sound. And then it's real hard to kind of position vocal with guitar because those frequencies are sort of the same. They're in that mid-range, so you have to be really careful where you position stuff because they're kind of married together, like us.
Yes. Let's go back to the Rumbo recording studio that you did a lot of the drum stuff in. They're closed now. Did you close them down? What are you guys?
We blew them up. We blew it up.
Well, I heard they closed, but I heard somebody bought it.
Good.
Do you know who bought it? Somebody bought it for his daughter to make records in.
I know Axl Rose has dropped about $1 million the past couple of years at that place.
Yeah.
It was a great, funky little place.
Yeah, it was a great little place.
Captain and Tennille used to own that.
That's right.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, great place. David, thanks, and I agree with you on the new album. Let's talk to Rod, see what's on his mind tonight. He's in Portland, Maine. Welcome to Rockline, Rod.
Hi, Pat. Neil.
Hey, how are you doing?
Hey, Rod.
Hi, how are you? To both of you, what is your own favorite song on Go? And what was the biggest challenge in writing and recording Go?
Not killing each other. I'll answer that one second first. That was the biggest challenge, not killing each other.
Oh, yeah.
What's your favorite song?
My favorite song, Go.
Go, the last one.
I can't ever pick one. I can't. So I'm going to have to say Go, Have It All, and Broken Hearted.
Yeah.
Those good choices.
Go, maybe because that was the first version that we did of it, too.
Yeah.
Some of them are double versions.
I love it because it's crash and burn.
Yeah,
I do
just
love
kind
that.
of goes.
It's really fun to play live, too. We play it
people
in
love
this
that
show live, and it's really fun. People love it, and it's nuts. You're just screaming the whole time. It's fun. A lot of finger pointing. It's good.
Yeah, it's great.
We're going to play Have It All right now, which, boy, it's tough for me to pick, too, but that may be my favorite on there. Really? Either of you tell me about this song. What inspired it, prompted it, and got it done?
Well, just explain the lyric part of that. There.
Well, I don't know. I just write these songs all day, and I just can't. When they're happening, it's just stuff that's just coming out of your head, and it's not always autobiographical. Obviously, this song isn't, except on the days that I want to kill him, that kind of thing. So, but it's just, the songs are always about. My theme is always the same. Don't take crap from everybody. You deserve respect, and you should always give it back. So all the songs are always about that in some form or another. And this song is exactly about that. It's somebody who's just giving somebody a lot of crap, and they don't deserve it, and get over yourself. So that's what that song's about.
You think that you're the second coming. Sorry to say it doesn't do it for me. Must be a drag when you're so stunning, and all that you are and all that you hold to. You can have it all, take it all, break it all, forsake it all, want it all, choose it all, use it with no stake it all, keep it all, trash it all, need it just like sheep it all, hate it all, love it all, and still you'd have nothing. Yeah. break it all, forsake it all, want it all, choose it all, use it with no stake it all, keep it all, trash it all, lead it just like sheep it all, hate it all, love it all, and still you'd have nothing. You can have it all, take it all, break it all, forsake it all, want it all, choose it all, use it with no stake it all, keep it all, trash it all, lead it just like sheep it all, hate it all, love it all, and still you'd have nothing. You can have it all, take it all, break it all, forsake it all, want it all, choose it all, use it with no stake it all, keep it all, trash it all, lead it just like sheep it all, hate it all, love it all, and still you'd have nothing.
You Can Have It All. Brand new by Pat Benatar Neil Giraldo from the album Go. It's the national radio premiere for you tonight on Rockline. Take a call from Tennessee, from the Nashville area. Brian, welcome to Rockline.
Hello, Pat. Hello, Neil and Bob.
Hello, Brian.
Hey, Brian.
Hey there.
Hello.
I quickly wanted to know how you became involved and are going to be appearing on the television show Charmed this month, I believe, and also, are we ever going to see the complete Pat Benatar discography on DVD? And I sincerely hope you come to Nashville.
That's a lot of questions. The Charmed show is probably a replay. We did it in April.
A year ago? Or was it this
April
spring?
or May that just passed, so that it's probably a rerun. You're going to see it again. I don't know. They just called us up, asked us if we wanted to do it. We said sure. We had a good time. It was fun.
It was beautifully shot, too. Boy.
Yeah, it was really fun. And what was the next question?
DVD.
Oh, the DVD.
Yeah.
Well, we have the video collection that's coming out on September 16th.
The complete
video collection. It's called Choice Cuts. That's coming out, and that's pretty happening. And what was the last question?
I think that was it. That was everything.
I think it was it. Yeah, I think we may be coming to Nashville soon.
Let's check with Brian. Was that everything, Brian?
Yeah, just hope you come to Nashville.
Oh, okay.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, we love it there. We have a great time there. So hopefully we'll be down there saying, howdy, y'all.
We're going to get you.
Now, what was the first video that the two of you did? What was the first video?
You Better Run.
You Better Run.
You Better Run.
That would... Yeah.
One time the L.A. Kings called me, and they said, can you call Pat Neil, and we want the video for Hit Me With Your Best Shot.
There isn't one.
And there ain't no video for Hit Me With Your Best Shot.
There's no video Heartbreaker either, or We Live for Love. That was before. That really dates us.
Yeah.
Before videos. And that's real tough.
Didn't date you until you mentioned it.
No kidding. Well,
I guess I'm the one that brought it up, though, aren't I?
Yeah, right, Bobby.
Well, it's really great too, because we were watching. We had watch when they were putting all the edits together for the Choice Cuts thing that's coming out on September 16th, and we were watching it. And we watched You Better Run, which was the second video played on MTV, and we look like our children.
It's unbelievable.
We look like we're 12 years old. It's ridiculous.
It's unbelievable.
So it was the second video ever played on MTV?
Yeah.
Second or third?
Second or third. I think it was the second one.
And the first would have been the video Killed a Radio Star, I guess. But yeah.
That's right.
Correct.
That was the first one.
Right.
Wow, that's something. What we're going to do now is play a song that Pat and Neil did live in the Rockline studio the last time they were on. It's an acoustic version of the song Brave. And then the next song that we play will be the studio version off the brand new album Go. There'll be some time in between, but this will show you kind of the seed of the song is done acoustically, and then you can hear how it turned out on the album Go in just a few minutes. It's Brave on Rockline.
Let's see, this is going to be I'm going to have to be brave to do this with a sinus infection.
We'll let you slide.
Oh, please. Give me a break.
With a disclaimer.
I need a disclaimer all the time.
remember the night when destiny finally found us. I remember holding on. The stars were crashing all around us. We thought that the world was ending. You know it wasn't true. 'Cause I still love you. I still love you. And I'll be brave for you. And every day, I'll pray for you. We can be strong in each other's arms. And I'll be brave. I'll be brave for you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know that you're afraid. You know that I'm afraid too. But you gotta have faith. You gotta listen to what your heart is telling you. You know love's a funny thing. You just gotta let it be. Like you and me. You and me. And I'll be brave for you. And every day, I'll pray for you. We can be strong in each other's arms. And I'll be brave. I'll be brave. Oh, 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 I'll be brave for you. And every day, I'll pray for you. We can be strong in each other's arms. Baby, hold tight. It's gonna be alright. Whatever you do, I still love you. And I'll be brave. I'll be brave for you. And every day, I'll pray for you. We can be strong in each other's arms. And I'll be brave. I'll be brave for you. And every day, I'll pray for you. We can be strong in each other's arms. And I'll be brave. I'll be brave for you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's brave. That was done live on Rockline the last time Pat and Neil were on. Not bad for a guy with a sinus infection that night, Neil. Pretty good.
I needed a third lung that day.
Third lung.
Every day I need it. I'm
Let's
running low.
take some more calls for Pat Benatar Neil Giraldo, this time from the Bay Area, from Fremont, California. Lori, you are on the show.
Hi, Pat and Neil. I'm calling you about the song Brave. It is absolutely beautiful. I love the song. My kids, Katie and Kristen, absolutely adore it, and we are always humming it in the house.
Oh, great. Thank you.
We love it. What inspired it?
Well, this was written a couple of years ago. I started it, and my mother-in-law, Neil's mom, was very sick with cancer, and she passed away right on our anniversary, and it was very, very difficult for Neil. And I had never seen him ever so broken up and sad, and I just felt so bad because he's a pretty tough guy, you know. He's sweet, and he's but I couldn't help him with this. He kind of had to go through this himself. So the only thing that I could do was write this lyric, and that was pretty much the basis for it.
I'll be brave for you.
Wow, she likes me tonight. Maybe I'll get lucky. It's not often she likes me. You like
Not
me
a
today?
chance, you big loser.
I knew that was
Yeah. And Pat, I'm used to the manly man, Neil Giraldo, because we played. We played ball together for
That's
years.
right. You played sports together.
That's right. We played sports together. And Pat,
Well, he's like a macho Italian guy.
I've never mentioned this to you, Pat, but we played a game one time, and there was the son of a very, very famous baseball player. I mean, Hall of Fame baseball
Big
player.
time.
Really?
Big time, huge, over 500 home runs.
Did
I mean,
Spider
the whole
kick
nine-
his ass?
Well, we had to separate him. We'll put it that way. You know, Neil's playing in the outfield. This guy's playing shortstop, and they're crossing on offense and defense as each inning goes by, and they're jawing at each other. And all of a sudden, I hear this yelling and screaming, and I look, and Neil has the guy raised by his jersey. And I walk up and I hear,
my man.
not only Italian, but Sicilian, capiche?
That's right.
It's like, okay.
That's right. He's like a Sicilian guy, you know.
Somebody hose down Giraldo. There we go. Let's take a call from Tennessee. Angela, you're on the show.
Yes. I just moved to Nashville. I just moved to Nashville.
How do you like it?
I like it so far. We've only been here a week.
That's good. Well, you're going to get
so
used
far,
to it.
she
It's
sounds
fun.
like she's from the Midwest or something.
Are you from the Midwest?
Yes, I'm from Wisconsin.
Wisconsin?
Oh,
That's how you
we
call
could
it.
hear that. We knew
I
that.
knew I heard that little cheesehead thing.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Green Bay Packers. Woohoo.
Yeah.
Well, you're in the land of Titans now. What's your question for Pat Neal?
Quick question. First of all, awesome CD. I ran into Nashville and drove in the big city all by myself yesterday to go get it. Good. And I love the design.
Oh, good.
And
Thanks.
I'm wondering, are you going to be making a video other than a live video wearing the same makeup?
I hope not.
You get nervous.
I hope not, because that was pretty, nasty, I'll tell you. You have all that stuff on your eyes. It's really bad.
If you've not seen the artwork for Go, you got to pick up a copy, not only for the music, but for the artwork. It's pretty incredible. How long to do all these photos?
It was just really one day of shooting, but I mean, Matt, he, the art director, he mostly did all that, the manipulating of the pictures and everything. So that took a while, but yeah, it was really nasty. I mean, it was a lot of black stuff on there, and it gets in your eyes, and your eyes start watering, and everybody's running around trying to keep your eyes from watering. It was kind of hellish. So we might do a toned down version.
And Neil, you got a frightful look on your face. You look like
I'm frightful.
He was scared of that makeup.
Yeah. The world did end because the record, my hard drive got wiped off, and there was no record left. The whole record.
You lost the record?
I lost the
Yeah.
whole record
Really?
in the morning.
It was not a good day.
So I really didn't want to be at the photo session. The wife was there for about 8 hours, but I was only there for they got me quick. I think I was out at 45 minutes, but I did recover the record, thank God. That's why it's in everybody's hands right now. Because if it wasn't, I don't know what I would have done.
Bad.
It was one of the worst days of my life.
Yeah, it was bad.
It was terrible.
And Angela, thanks for the call. Enjoy your new hometown. What we'll do in just a moment here is play the studio version of Brave off the album Go, so you can hear how it evolved, as we mentioned a moment ago. If you need information about Rockline, it's available on the web at rocklineradio.com. More with Pat Neal and your calls coming up on Rockline. Toll free at 1-800-344-ROCK.
Now, back to Rockline on 92.9 The Eagle.
Welcome back to Rockline. It's an evening with Pat Benatar and Neil Giraldo. I'm Bob Coburn. Great sounding keyboard there. Is that you on the keys there, Neil?
I'm embarrassed to say yes.
Embarrassed? Well, I like
yeah,
the
I'm
keyboards
embarrassed to say. Hey, thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, it's another one of those tools.
This whole record is all him. He did
Not
everything.
all.
I just
Stop
sang.
that.
That was it. It was
Stop
great.
Stop it. Stop it.
No,
Stop
it was
it.
great.
Stop it.
You just sang.
I just sang.
Stop it. Yeah, just sang. Unbelievable.
Yeah. Well, the reality is nobody else sings quite like you do, Pat.
It's unbelievable. Yeah, she'll do. You know what? She'll sing it. She'll do a take. I'll go, okay, would you like to try one more? And she's gone. I can't find her. She's out of the room. She's somewhere off. I go, where did she go?
Your dinner.
No, you just disappeared. And then I got to find her again. Then I say, would you like to do another one now? No. Okay.
No, I'm done. Yeah.
I'm done for now.
What's wrong with the take we just did for you?
What's wrong with that one?
What's your point?
What are you trying to say?
Let's talk to Jamie. Jamie's in Richmond, Virginia. Welcome to Rockline, Jamie. You're on with Pat Neil.
Richmond.
Hi, Jamie.
Yes, Richmond. We remember you well, and just want to say
fond memories.
Thank you for a fantastic album, musically, lyrically, and emotionally. It's just well worth the wait. So thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Love to hear that.
And now, Pat, in the July-August edition of Lifetime magazine, you were quoted by saying that you were a maniac chef and that you and Neil like to have special candlelight dinners alone. So, Pat, who would you choose to fix your special meal? And, Neil, who would you choose to provide the special music?
Ooh.
Well,
I know my music, but go ahead, special.
okay, well, if it's not me cooking, because I'd much prefer just to make the food myself, I'd have to say Emerald.
Like I say.
Yeah.
And who does the music, Neil?
Well, it'd have to be my pal, Luciano Pavarotti.
Yeah.
Because he's every Sunday he's on.
That's right.
Every moment I can get him blasting out of some speakers I use. I love that. Love his voice. Everything.
Pavarotti, Legacy.
Oh, my God.
That sounds pretty good.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Let's play the...
He started.
Yeah, I can tell.
Making me
Neil just
hungry right
drifted
now.
off someplace there. Yeah, we'll reel you back in.
Man.
We will play the studio version of Brave for you right now from the album Go. It's the national radio premiere in Rockline. And what are you going to say then, Pat?
I was going to say, let's dedicate this to Lisa's aunt who's in the hospital, and this helped her out.
Right on, yeah.
Let her hear this one from us.
Yeah, yeah.
Be brave, be brave. I remember the night when destiny finally found us. I remember holding on. The stars were crashing all around us. We thought that the world was ending. You know it wasn't true. 'Cause I still love you. I still love you. I'll be brave. And every day I pray for you. We can be strong in each other's arms. And I'll be brave. I'll be brave for you. Yeah, yeah. I know that you're afraid. You know that I'm afraid too. But you gotta have faith. You gotta listen to what your heart is telling you. You know love's a funny thing. You just gotta let it be. Like you and me. You and me. And I'll be brave. And every day I'll pray for you. We can be strong in each other's arms. I'll be brave. Just look at the sky above us. Let the sun shine down on us. Stand with me here together. Light of love now and
We will not finish without a fight. We're going to live on. We're going to survive. Today, we celebrate our Independence Day.
I'll be brave. And every day I'll pray for you. We can be strong in each other's arms. Baby, hold tight. It's gonna be alright. Whatever you do, I still love you. And I'll be brave. I'll be brave.
Pat Benatar Neil Giraldo with Brave from the brand new CD Go, which was in stores yesterday. The national radio premiere for you tonight on Rockline. And a little Rockline treat to hear the acoustic version and now the studio version. We'll take another call for Pat Neil from Palm Springs, California, where it's probably still 109 right about now. Hey, Joe, you're on the air with us. Welcome.
All right. Well, it's such an honor to talk to you, Pat, Neil, and Bob.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Hey, Joe.
So glad to talk to you. I'm a huge fan. I've been seeing you guys since 1980, if you can believe that.
All right.
All right.
Every
You
summer.
must be old like us then.
Oh, yeah. Every summer, you guys are awesome. I love the new CD. I just have a question about Girl. I know it's written by Holly Knight, which, you know, she wrote Love's a Battlefield. You know, she's a big collaborator with you guys, and I'd love to hear more about that. And is that going to be a second single? I was hoping it'd be the first single because it's such a strong song for you guys.
Yeah, I don't know. If you have the DVD, the live DVD, we did Girl and I Won't, a few songs before the record came out. We did them a little bit different. Then when it came time for the record, I kind of tweezed it up, give it a little different type of swing to it. But yeah, who knows somewhere down the line if people listen to it, pick up. I don't want to make that into a single. But yeah, we had a great time writing it. It was real easy. I've known Holly. I call her Bubbles. I've known her for forever, and we've written some great stuff together. And it was a really simple thing to write. We just started writing it and just kind of went in that direction.
They work great together. They
Really
just go in there and hammer them out, and they actually do it, I guess, the way that most people do it. They go in a room and they write songs, not unlike how we do it together. So.
Right. Yeah, we do it differently.
And it's always fun for me because I never know what they're going to bring me, which is always great.
Yeah, a little surprise, a girl surprise. We give you a girl surprise.
And Pat, you were so cool. If I called another woman Bubbles, I could never go home again.
That's because Holly's a good friend of mine.
That would be the end of that for me.
Everybody gets a nickname.
That's
Bobette.
right, Bobette.
Yeah, thanks, Vito.
Bobette. Let us not forget.
Thanks to Joe. Let's head to Canada. We'll go from Palm Springs to Canada, from Georgetown, Ontario. John, you're in Rockline with Pat Neil.
Hi, Pat. Hi, Neil. How's it going?
Hi, George. How are
good.
you?
How you doing?
It's John.
I've been a fan since In the Heat of the Night, so it's great that you guys are finally releasing a new studio album. My wife and I had a chance to see you guys up in, I think it was Orillia, Ontario, at Casinorama, and you guys put on a really great show. And I hope you guys keep coming up to Canada. There's a lot of fans up here.
Yeah, no, we always have a great time. Everybody's so sweet, and it's lots of fun to go there. And
what my question is, Pat or Neil, I was wondering, what was the inspiration behind the song "Broken Hearted" off your new album, Go?
Go ahead.
Oh, let's see. Where did this one start from? Sometimes they get so convoluted. I'm not really sure. They begin in one place, and then they really finish up with some other relative situation. So, I don't know. I think that a lot of things happened to us personally this year and to a lot of our friends this year. This was a very tumultuous year for a lot of people that we know on a personal level. So a lot of the times when I'm writing songs, I'm not writing autobiographically. I'm writing about the things that I see happening around me. And just it was just kind of cathartic, you know, way to work through the stuff that my friends were going through and my family and things like that. So
that was a difficult song to do, too.
Yeah,
really,
it was.
really, really tough. That was the hardest one.
How come?
Of all of them. Well, we tried doing it live, and we can never capture it live. We tried it acoustically. We tried it differently. I tried playing keyboards. I tried different loops. I tried different things. And there's a strange tempo thing about the song that's just difficult to kind of make the vocal kind of breathe. There's the chorus and the verse are sort of two different things that normally wouldn't go together, and it was really hard to tie them two thoughts together. It was really, really hard.
Plus, when I begin writing songs, I'm writing them by myself, and I'm singing in my falsetto voice, which is my little voice, which you all barely ever get to hear. And then what happens is when we put the music together, I have to start really singing in my voice that everybody gets to hear all the time. And what I do is I write them in the most ridiculous keys or in vocal jumps that are impossible to do in my voice that I use all the time on record. So we sometimes get hung up, and he always wants to kill me because he's like, why do you do this all the time? So it was hard, but we worked it out. We lowered the key, and that helped it. And then
we raised the key.
And
then we lowered it again.
Yes, we did.
And then we raised it.
And he found a way to, which I think actually the song really came out beautifully. He found a way to make the chorus and the verse work together, which was great.
Tough.
The Brokenhearted. Pat Benatar and Neil Giraldo. It's the brand new CD Go, the national radio premiere, taking place tonight on Rockline. It's what you'd expect from the program. Next week, it's the Best of Rockline Live. All kinds of great live performances by Planet Us and Grand Funk Railroad and Jethro Tull and a whole bunch more. Be listening for that. Then coming soon, Peter Frampton the following week. And yes, as Chris Squire will be on as well. More with Pat, Neil, and your calls next on Rockline.
You want me to stay? You ask me to come back, you turn and walk away.
Now, back to Rockline on 92.9 The Eagle.
Tonight, it's a go with Pat Benatar and Neil Giraldo. It's Rockline and Bob Coburn, and we head to Sandwood, New Jersey for Tino. Hi, Tino. You're on the air.
Hey, my question's for Neil. Neil, I just want to commend you on your guitar playing. You're just probably one of the most underrated guitarists out there. Got a quick question for you. How did the Springsteen tribute come about for you?
Good one, Tino. Let's talk about
that thing, yeah. Well, my buddy, Scott Kepner, who I refer to as Sonny Buck. Sonny Buck's a good friend. He was with the Delors. I produced a couple records for them. And we always talked about putting the band together and write songs, and because we're, really good friends. We're strong brothers together. And then he said, he came up to me and says, you know what, we got to start this thing sometime. And he says, well, there's this tribute record for a charity, and would you like to get involved in this, and we'll do a song. And I says, okay. So we got together, we did it, and it was... I think it came out really great, and it was just the two of us. He sang on it, played acoustic. I made all the other noises on it, and we handed it in, and they loved it. So it was a good thing.
And your
really
build is
as the Paradise Brothers.
The Paradise Brothers. I love
the Paradise Brothers. Yeah.
And why did you choose the song "Souls of the Departed," which is a great Springsteen song, but it's not "Born to Run," if you know what I mean?
No, it wasn't "Born to Run." Mm-hmm. Yeah, Sonny Buck chose that.
He's kind of an obscure kind of guy.
Yeah, Sonny Buck chose it. He says, I think this would be great. I says, you know what, you're absolutely right, because it's dark, and we can twist it and really kind of give it our extra push on it. And it was a good choice by him. I like it. I thought it worked out great.
This album is called Light of Day, and it's out in Europe. It comes out soon in the States. You can find out more at benatar.com, or if you want to go directly to the site about that, badlands.co.uk, and that'll give you more information. Speak with April. She's in the Seattle area. Welcome to Rockline, April.
Hey, how are you guys?
Hey, April.
Good. How you doing?
My question is, what inspired Sorry? That song makes me want to get out the castanets and the maracas and just jam out. I love that song. We all love it.
Oh, that's great. Sorry is really funny because we wrote it with our good friend Paul Rafferty, and it actually started out as a ballad.
It's completely
different. And we just were sitting in a room, and the three of us are just... which we really never do. This was when we collaborate, we don't really do that kind of thing. But the three of us were in the room in our little studio at home, and we were just sitting there and just throwing out lyrics, and Neil was playing, and we were just doing it. And it really was like this big power ballad. And then I don't know what something happened. What happened?
Well, no, it was like a power ballad kind of thing, and I always kind of liked it. And I was the guy who says, I kind of like this, and the wife kept saying, no, I hate it. I don't want to like this. You got to do something. You got to do something.
I forgot that part.
Yeah, you forgot that part.
Neil did.
You got to do something. I didn't forget it. You got to do something. I go, geez, I don't know what to do. I'm pulling my hair, and I don't know what the hell to do. And then all of a sudden, she goes, it's too slow. It's too slow. So I sped it up, and I go, wait a minute. I may have an idea. And I'm thinking, how about a little kind of Latin? What about a little flamenco? What about a little like gypsy? What about if I take it like this and still try to keep like a hip hop, because she wanted a sort of a dancey thing
I just
to it.
wanted some like rhythmic
something that had
thing,
a rhythm, which when if you would hear the demo, you'd probably like the demo as well, because it had a different type feel, but it really turned out great. I'm really happy with that. That's one of my favorite ones.
It's fun.
It turned out really good. I'm really proud of that one.
around. Oh, yeah.
Sorry is the name of that song, with Sergio Giraldo playing flamenco guitar there. Quickly, we go to Houston, Texas. We'll talk to Mike from Houston. Hi, Mike.
Hi, guys. Next year you guys will be eligible for induction in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. So Natalie and I were wondering how you feel about that.
I thought that was you.
Yeah, of course. It sounds like Mike.
You guys know
I thought that was you. Well, no, I don't know. I try not to think about that kind of stuff, you know. You all do all that thinking for us, you and the fan club. You guys get out there and do something about it. I don't know. It'd be nice, but I don't know. You can't really, I don't think about it. I try not to think about that kind of stuff.
You guys are a lock. You're a lock, I'm telling you. We'll take a timeout. We'll return with Pat Neil in just a moment on Rockline.
Now, back to Rockline on 92.9 The Eagle.
What a fun night and evening with Pat Benatar Neil Giraldo on BC, Bob Coburn. Thanks to everybody for listening and for calling to our affiliate stations, to KTCL in Denver for hosting the show, especially to Paul Carmen, to John Malta and everybody at Bel Chiasso, to Pat and Neil for being on tonight. Thanks for talking to your fans in Rockline, and thanks for a beautiful album, both of you.
Hey, thank you,
guys. Thanks, Bob. Thanks, everybody.
I'm BC, and I'll be seeing you. The awesome sound of Rockline was made possible in part by Sennheiser mics. Sennheiser microphones, headphones, wireless products. Sennheiser, the sound that moves the world. Special thanks to Mike Higgins and Steve Fredrickson for their technical assistance. Rockline is mixed by Jimmy Rash. Thanks to Steve Willincoln and Felicia Bihar for their priceless contributions. Rockline is produced by Bob Coburn and Lori Nicolong. On-site producer and technical direction by Greg Jernigan. Executive producer Bob Coburn. Rockline is represented by Glenn Felty at the True Measure Agency in New York City.